Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds. Welcome you back to the Let's Try series, where we take a brief dive into a Cosmic Core inspired video game, and this is one that came up on my radar relatively recently, the horror of Highrook. Now, one of the reasons it did so is because it's a Lovecraftian strategy game involving cards and cycles and crafting, which, as we all know from my recent year or so worth of content, is pretty much apparently my channel's brand. Second is that it came highly recommended. Now, this is not a voting option, as the game has, as of the time of this recording, not come out yet. It has yet to have a full release date, but it is quite interesting. I gave myself a couple of minutes of it on online, and yeah, I think I'm really interested in it. When this one does come out, we'll probably put it on the list. But for now, since my computer issues regarding Us on the Sea have yet to be resolved, let's take a dive in to the horror at Highrook, not Rock. There we go. Highrook Estate. Tarot version. Highrook, an aristocratic eyrie, not really sure how you pronounce that, of cold rock and rain, a melancholy shadow overlooking Black Sands Port. At the summit of the great cliffs lies the crumbling edifice of Ackeron House. Okay, so we're in classic Lovecraftian territory with a crumbling manor of the last generation of a ancient family come to ruin with occult secrets, because it's like Tuesday on a Call of Cthulhu adventure. Ooh. Ah, the doomed family, I see. The Ackeron family, once respected by the city elites. Yeah, there we go. The Ackeron, there's no S there. Ackeron family fell from grace to become the subject of snide remarks and scornful whispers. Even before the internet age. Lord Ackeron? Acrid? Let's call him Acrid. Lord Acrid was a prominent book collector. Okay, that's pretty much a suicidal job in a Lovecraftian setting, whose increasing interest in the occult saw him driven from respected academic practice. Now, the thing is, in a Lovecraftian world, that whole being driven from academia by researching this stuff is an actual conspiracy among academia to prevent the dark truths of reality from coming out, because, you know, if the world ends, you're just not going to have the next season for your budget. You know what I mean? How are you going to get those college students in to fund your college if they're running screaming in the streets? It's rumored he turned to the Seeker's Communion for support shortly before his family's enigmatic disappearance. Oh god, we're going for the full purple prose of Lovecraft. Well, they don't look ominous whatsoever. The Seeker's Communion is a shady organization of mystics, seers, and exiled scholars. This clandestine group supports occult practices across the city and facilitates a black market for arcane goods. Now, that would actually be interesting in a Call of Cthulhu game. Alright, if anybody's doing a COC game out there somewhere, or one of the related ones like Trail Cthulhu, just put these guys in there. Officially banned by Black Sands Council, the collective continues its work in secret. Mayor Council investigation. The vanishing of a noble house, however disfavored, cannot go unexamined by the council. Are this like the 19th century Britain, I guess? Probably is the best scenario we got here. Victorian times at latest. It all depends on the level of technology we have. The Bland Sands, there's a city for you. The Black Sands mayor, Lord Alliston. Yeah, we're in Britain. Has commissioned a cross-guild team to investigate. Now, if you're a mayor who's a lord, how exactly does that work? Do you, like, inherit the title but have to get elected to the job? A dilapidated stagecoach deposits the party at Highrook. Okay, so no auto cars. The rain echoes eerily through the empty halls. Well, at least, we got that. Kind of going with the plain option here. Maybe they'll have a little fancy icon when they bring up their final game status. Alright, Chapter 1. Art's good. Does a little more detailed than more detail, more realistic look than the one we get for Book of Hours. We hide in the shadows of the world beyond, for its light would surely blind us. Okay, so that's Luciferian, which is that the true light is hidden within the darkness. The adage of the Deep Spire Church. Deep Spire, that sounds like, is that a place in, like, Dark Souls? Okay, temporary storage composer, okay. Gameplay guide. Introduction. Welcome to the Horror at Highrook, a card crafting cosmic horror board game, like the third in a row we've been doing. They control a team of investigators sent to examine the disappearance of a noble family from their ancestral home. I bet if you're poor, they don't really care. If you're poor, though, you can't afford to or read probably the books in Latin and ancient Greek that tell you how to summon horrors to drive the world mad. Just like it's a rich man's hobby. To discover the family's fate, your team will have to overcome a wide range of challenges, combining their skills and special items in order to create new tools and escape dangerous threats. The Highrook house is a place of mysteries, and you are encouraged to experiment in order to solve its puzzles. Hang on a second. I have water because I've been doing a lot of reading. Try performing tasks with different combinations of cards, characters, and locations. There is rarely a penalty for failure, but not never. If you reach a dead end, turn your attention elsewhere for a while and try something else. So kind of like Evil Hush House here. A small set of introductory tasks are listed in the top left to help get you started. You can close this window now and work things out as you play, or you can read the other sections listed to the left to learn more about the game systems. This guide is always accessible from the in-game menu, so you can return to it anytime. Anyways, always read the directions. The game board. The game takes place on the plan view of the house. The board shows the various rooms, corridors, and outside areas of the estate. Some locations will be unavailable when the game begins, and it is your job to work out how to access them. You can get information about a room by selecting its title bar, or any of the cells that make up the room itself. This will show you a description of the room and its associated attribute. Hush House. All rooms and cards have attributes listed in their description. Kissy face, key, or knock, really. Food, wine, etc. Well, it's probably just beverage. I'm just thinking wine. This attribute helps you to connect items and locations. For example, the memories attribute is present both on the library codex card and the archives room, meaning you can use the codex there. Place the cards and characters in the correct rooms to perform tasks. Executing tasks is how you unlock new items and progress in the game. You can zoom in and out of the board with a mouse wheel and pan by holding down the right mouse button. Cards. Cards represent characters and objects you can interact with. Clicking on a card will give you more information about its potential uses. The main types of cards are as follows. Character cards display the status and attributes of a character. Task focus cards, items that can be used as the focus of a task needed to perform tasks, also characters. Task support cards, items that add extra points to attributes to help complete a task. Information cards, items that present story fragments and hints. Come here, boy. Sorry, cat break there. Some cards have a glowing border. That means the card holds important... Oh, sorry, boy. Sorry. Cat-related accident. Some guards have a glowing border. This means that the cat holds... Yeah, my cat Watson is in my lap now. That means the card holds important story information and you are required to read it before continuing your investigation. The main use of cards is to perform tasks in matching rooms. The tasks are described in the following section. Tasks. Each room contains a special task card square. If you place a task focus card in the square with an attribute that matches the room inspector will immediately show information about the task. I don't know why I'm inserting words in, and the attribute level needed to perform it. Room tasks always require a character card to be present in the local character square. This character can contribute their own attribute levels to the task. For example, Atticus can add +1 beast to the total pass attribute required for a task. Harder tasks require higher levels of the attribute. You can place additional support cards into the room in any square to help you meet the challenges. For example, a tracker's guide might add +1 bear to the total. Once the requirements are met, you can execute the task. You cannot move cards or characters while they're engaged in a task, so plan carefully. If the task produces a card, but the task room is full, the new card will be added in temporary storage down here. Okay. Characters. In addition to investigating the mysteries of Highrook, you need to keep your team alive and well. Each character has a set of supporting skill attributes to help in tasks, and 4 vital statistics that define their health and state of mind. Injury, that represents how hurt a character is. If it reaches 100%, the character will be incapacitated and unable to perform any tasks except to recover their health. Fatigue, this increases with each task performed. When the character becomes excessively tired, they may begin to fail the tasks they are given. Hunger, characters, we got food-based survival. Characters get hungry over time. If left unfed, they'll eventually suffer injury from starvation. Madness, well, that's typical. Characters lose sanity when facing horrors performing certain tasks. High level of madness can cause characters to behave erratically. You can treat these negative conditions by sleeping in the guest rooms or consuming food and medicine in the dining room. Timers. At the top right, the screen is a sundial. It displays the current in-game time and number of days you have been in the manor. You may use the buttons beneath the sundial to control the speed of the game or to unpause time. You can also toggle pause, unpause by pressing spacebar. Hush House. All tasks take a specific amount of time to perform, and certain game events are also triggered by the passage of time, so don't be afraid to pause frequently, especially if you want to read everything. Beneath the sundial is a button to access the records panel, the storage space for information cards. You can send information cards to the records to the records panel by right-clicking to bring up a context menu or by using the button in the inspector. Storing cards can help keep the board less cluttered. Alright, so that's the instructions. So what we do now is we probably want to click on the glowy thing. So we have Atticus Hawk, Mechanist Astor. Oh, right, hang on. There we go. The Gazette, the Scholar Vitalis, and Supply Crate. So, Council Missive. Dear investigators, by the order of the High Council, you have been granted license to commandeer Highrook Manor and its associated facilities. Okay, I smell party. Now just think of the parties you could do in this place. You can be commissioned to investigate the disappearance of the Ackeron family, the owners of the estate, who were reported missing several days ago. The Ackerons were well known in the city, and their vanishing is concerning, especially considering a rumored affiliation with the Seekers Communion. Please treat any evidence you might find as confidential and report immediately to the Council when your task is complete. A news report is included to provide further context in this unusual event. Lord Mayor Alston. Oh, okay. I see. Mayor Alston is conceited as always. His presumption that all city events require his involvement is so tiresome. I suspect that Bleakhurst has been involved for a more political scoring point than out of respect for our knowledge. Perhaps we can track down the books that Ackeron borrowed from us last year. Okay, so we have a side mission here. Indeed, Vitali, I am equally tired of Allison's petty machinations. And I said goggles. But the High Council provides us the bulk of our funding, and we are obligated to respond. Whoever controls the budget controls you. At least they should provide us with some tools to begin our work. We should take the supply crate to the machine room where I can extract its contents. Yeah, I don't like... You know he's gruff. I don't like Alston, mother either, but he pays well, and I certainly don't trust bookrooms like this Acrid chap. Nothing but trouble in these old tomes. Well, this boy has been through a few adventures. Let's find the upmarket fools and get out of here. Upmarket? Spoken like a true Alderweather. Don't worry, my friend. You will be away from the bookworms and back with the woodworms before you can blink. If you can blink. Oh. Well, morale's gonna stink. So, problem is we got 3 people and no leader. Leaders are supposed to be the ones that make people work together. Now, stop bickering. I guess she's it. Less insults, more action. Our remaining colleague, a doctor from Canecross, will be joining us tomorrow, and we should prepare for her arrival. We should proceed logically. Once we've unpacked that supply crate, we can begin to survey the area and establish that facilities are still functional. Alright, so archives, machine room. So we want to move this, and task focus requires 1 wrench, a burnished metal crate of investigative equipment provided by the Howe Council. It's sealed with an elaborate mechanic's lock. We will need to take this to the machine room in order to open it. We can use this card to perform a task in the machine room. So I assume we move her there. So do we automatically start doing it? We'll find out. Sandville Gazette. Vanishing at Highrook. The Ackeron family, one of the city's most notable houses, has disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Yes, I'm changing the words as I'm going. I'm realizing this. It's a little weird, but sometimes I will substitute words that my brain thinks actually work better. A delivery boy from Direwick Market discovered the family's absence when he arrived at the Clifftop Manor 1 year ago. Entering the building, he'd found that... Does that usually happen? I mean, I'd probably just drop off the supplies inside and not realize the next day and when I came back and I found out they were still on the porch. I mean, people should have their privacy. Entering the building, he found the property abandoned in a disarray, as if witness to a violent storm. I guess somebody already had the party. The Ackerons were nowhere to be found, and their servants, a maid and a warden, were also missing. I'm assuming the warden is not because, he's looking after them like they're prisoners, so it's probably an earlier version of the word. The High Council announced this has been commissioned a cross-guild team to investigate this disturbing disappearance. Send records. Alright. Also, let's get this one to records too, so it's a little less cluttered. Okay, so we gotta see what else we can do here. Alright. Character support cards, none. The acrid smell, well, hey, right name for it, of engine oil permeates this base, propagated by hidden fans and sneaking ducks. Mechanical computers hum softly. Okay, so we're in schizotech range. We have at least DOS computers combined with Victorian era culture. Yeah, the word steampunk. Actually, or is that diesel punk? Don't know. Anyways, the punch card ports eager. Oh my god, they're not DOS ones. They're the 1950s punch card computers. Oh god. Okay. We'll start task here. Alright, so let's see what all tasks we have going. Archives. Box of artifacts and trinkets way down, dusk-laden shelves, some locked and others spilling open. Between the creaking stacks, books and folders lie piled in moldering heaps, like papery stalactites. So basically this one, I'm guessing, is where Vitaly is going to live. Oh, good. We have this sort of thing. Memory, secrets, incantation, stream, and apparently the ride here was a little much. Cliff top. I mean, Atticus is the one with pass, right? But if I put him here, still no task, so we have to have a task card. Oh, and we've got this as well. Courtyard. Crumbling courtyard is intended to keep visitors at bay and deliveries dry. Crimson branches scramble chaotically across a neglected herb garden and plunge into the... Hang on a second. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's make sure we got this clear unless we're actually doing something. See, I'm already starting the organizing process. Ooh, roots, seeds stir my wooden fingers clutching at the soil. Ooh. Oh, crimson brambles ramble chaotically around a neglected herb garden and plunge into the shadows of a ruined well. Okay, so place a roots task card, place some memories, place paths. Kitchen, the least noble, but most welcoming room in the manor. That's where I live, basically, in a hush house until we found the kitchen in the temple kitchen in the basement. Then I think I'm chilling more there. The ancient stove still functions well enough to allow meals to be prepared and drinks to be brewed. So, food. We're just calling it food. Dining room, which should be convivial space, is ruined by the presence of disturbing claw marks across the main dining room. Well, like I said, that was a hell of a party. I'm guessing they had a really good party and they're just like wandering off on some island somewhere. I took a vacation. That or they got kidnapped. Place a sensations card. Okay, so Grail. There we go. Guest rooms. Dreams. The beds are uncomfortable and the bed linen moth-eaten, but sleeping here still offers some respite. Dreams card. We've got all this stuff here. We have to unlock. Okay. Child's room. Solid mechanicus lock. Okay, so yeah, bit by bit we'll get these things done. But for the moment, I'm guessing we're going to let them do the supply crate. You guys just chill. Curious, do you like hunger going up? Alright, so I miss my books. We'll find you new ones. Probably ones you shouldn't read, or ones that will be amusing to read, or amusing to watch. What happens to you when you read? Alright. Night lamp. Task focus requires dreaming. A mechanicus lantern from the Venetius woodshocks. Its clockwork heart produces a hypnotic hum when activated. The sulphuric sound, combined with a soft scattering of dappled light, is guaranteed to induce sleep. The act of sleeping reduces the fatigue of all characters present in the room. It may provide us with mouth or machine inspiration. Use this task to perform a task in the guest room. So we're going to keep it here, at least for storage purposes. Okay, equipment note. Information. These following items have been packaged and assigned to your team. Please use as instructed. Spyglass, a high-quality binocular set from the wood shops of Ashburg, intended for use in hunts or expeditions. Night lamp, we got that one. Library codex, provided by the scholars in Bleakhurst, a catalog of archiving, filing systems, and nomenclature. Good luck to you, Quartermaster Lavinia. Quartermaster, huh? All right. Oh, sorry about that. All right, so task focus. What could we do this here? I guess you go here. Now, we look at this, and... Okay, start tasks. No forage. Okay, cool. We can work with that. And put this to records. So we get rid of it. The library codex goes... All right, so we'll put Vitali here. Okay, search the archives. So basically, those two can be doing this. You, my friend, should probably find food. I mean, can we find food? Enemy, if we put her here, still no task available. So we don't want to use the night lamp, at least not yet. I mean, currently she's only at a 5 fatigue, so I'm not worried. So let's get the others one started. That should probably produce something that we will have for our next set of tasks. And yeah, well, time passes. Probably get something that happens on day 2 as well. Ooh, also we can use this to speed up time, can't we? Alright. Booster matrix. Plus task support card plus 1 mechanical. A machine overload card traced with mathematical logic and yellow time. When used in mechanicus devices, the item can aid calculations and improve performance. Okay, cool. There you go. Catalyst powder. A handful of glittering powders scraped from the salty coating of cliffside rocks. A useful reagent in chemical processes, this catalyst can support our activities in the laboratory. Which you don't have access to yet. Simon's note. Pa made me at some horrible old bell from the undercoves, down where you can hear from the sea. It was scary. I think maybe the ocean folk left it for him. Okay, deep ones. It was all wrapped up in red cloth. Pa said not to look at it, but I did. It was made of real old metal, like a dirty pan, and it had foreign words. You know, you're supposed to be the son of a lord. I would honestly hope to hell you had better education than this. On it moved like spiders, but I touched the words and it made my arm hurt. Pa took it to the chapel and he rings it at night and talks to himself. Sometimes he howls and I worry it's hurting him like it hurt me. I hate it. I want to get rid of it, but Pa says no. He shouted at me the other day for doing drawings in his study, so I play outside now. I don't mind. I like watching the birds, though it feels extra cold out today. Alright, so that's into records. So, what now? What are you currently at fatigue-wise? 13, 13, 12. Not super worried about it. Alright. There we go. If I type on the side here, I can actually get more stuff done. I don't think we need to use the booster matrix. Okay, well, I guess we keep going for this, because I don't have much else we can do right now. And we'll sleep later. You know, when we're actually supposed to sleep. There we go. Much quicker. Alright. Ooh, we've got food. Raven scrap. These ink-stained button mushrooms represent the darker side of foraging cuisine. When eaten raw, their rubbery flesh can prompt vivid hallucinations or stomach pains. Would-be Gnostics and cheap lotus eaters often resort to the plant as a free source of short-lived visions. We could eat a handful of these raw in the dining room if we are feeling lucky. Consuming the mushrooms raw can inspire that or that, but can also make you ill. Okay. Also, we have to do it here. Study code. Task focus. Okay, increases that. A slip of creased card inscribed with neat lines of numbers and symbols. It appears to be a key code of some kind. On the reverse surface, the image of a key is stamped in the blue ink. We can use this to perform a task in the machine room. Okay, so we'll get you started there. Puzzling journal. Do we have access to the study yet? We do not. A collection of images and torn out pages crammed into an ink-stained notebook. Some of the text is readable, but much of it is written in some sort of cipher. All right, let's get that started. You, in progress. There we go. All right, you, I guess, what's your fatigue at? When we get a fatigue like 50, I'll start worrying about it. We definitely, however, need food. Question is, who's going to do this? It requires... problem being is that it requires... I mean, if I put Scholar in there, it's not enough, as he doesn't have anything. What do you have? You have sensations. We'll, just have you, drug yourself out a bit, see what happens. Just curious. Just the demo. Oop. Got silly me. Why would I be wasting time here? Come on. Let's slow down a bit. Okay, so things have happened. Task complete. Interesting. Gideon's note. To whoever finds these notes, do not follow my path. You will not find us. They have their threads in us, all of us. They pull and we cannot resist. If you seek us out, you too will be lost. If I can, before it's too late, I will close the doors. I will shatter the gates and scatter the fragments. And I beseech you, do not follow. I have made such errors of judgment, such acts of vanity and greed, and for what? This doesn't bode well. The first evidence of Lord Ackeron is we find its garbled paranoia rant. Perhaps Gideon was trying to escape the Communion's grasp, or perhaps his occult obsessions have truly driven him mad. There must be some rational explanation. You are in the wrong universe. I ain't no detective. Perhaps the lore is up to no good, and this is him trying to cover his tracks. He could be trying to set someone up to take the blame for what happened to his family, or maybe just went mad up here sitting in Highrook like a mad crow. Do not be so quick to judge. Lord Ackeron was an accomplished academic. I don't think we can simply dismiss his writings as the babblings of a madman. I fear there is truth in his words, disturbing they may be, but it is far too soon to say what this outburst truly means. Alright, cool. Let's keep that on pause for the moment. Okay, send records. Alright, the heck is this? S fragment. As the sun rises, it warms the engines of production. The second circle, a ring of charred elms and ashen paths. It is the domain of the hammer, the chemist, and the seamstress. So, forge magic. A place of work and transformation, a fragment of something more. The dark traces and dislocated symbols offer a glimpse of what the whole may be. So, we got stuff to do. Simple trowel. Ooh, so it goes here in the courtyard. A crooked trowel tarnished with age and spotted with rust. Its scratched metal blade is dented, but the sharp edge is still strong enough to bite into the frosty soil. Now, first of all, you are at fatigue 25. So, what we're going to do with you... Oh, you're still in the middle of a task, unfortunately. So we can't use you at the moment, but... Okay, gift to the owl. An ashen gray task support. An ashen gray owl perches on my shoulder. Its dish plate eyes absorb the world. It sees between the furrows, between the lines, rooting out its prey with patience and perception. A vision that lingers, offering supportive inspiration. So yet, we have to start doing organization here. These are support cards, and this is an object. This requires one key. Do you have a key? You do not. Do you have a key? You do not. Do you have a key? Of course you do. Meanwhile... Can you do roots? You can do roots. Can you do roots? Cannot. So, we're going to have you dig in the garden. You will continue that. You, what are you at for fatigue? Now, you have enough paths, however, to be able to do this. So, let's get you started here. I don't like to keep anybody, idle. Yeah, I think regular timing will probably do okay. I see. You're supposed to... Ooh. I see what's going on here. I see. Goes here. I think. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Whoa, what's that? A shadow of a child is here sometimes. Increases the his presence lingers like a candle. Increases the madness level of nearby characters every hour. Well, fortunately, none of us are actually there. Yeah, madness is at 0. They're puzzling journal. All right. Obviously, let's see. If your fatigue's below 10%, we also need, lunch. So, hope there's something in there. We can't, however, use the study at the moment. So, yeah. Great, we're sending you back in. All right. Tracing charcoal. Okay, it's task support. A small hunk of powdery coal. Its smoking dust coats the holder's hands in fine film, revealing the patterns of fingerprints and scars. We can use this to reveal hidden marginal and erased notes in journals and tomes. Huh. Let's see. Raven scrap again. If we want... Okay, Dreamleaf. Fragile rose with a crown of deep purple petals. Concoctions made from this delicate plant are rumored to instill vivid dreams and nighttime visions. The city's mystics often endorse its use as catalysts for seances in the fortune-telling room. Okay. I don't suppose we can eat this thing. I didn't think so. Got a while we have to wait for the kid to leave here, so we don't want madness to increase. But we can't access the laboratories, as his odds are going to get wasted. Atticus is at that level, so we will get to the sleeping, but I want to do it en masse. Meanwhile, there's nothing else that needs to be done. Whoops, no. Atticus goes here, and do the whole visions thing. Simple trowel here for the moment. I don't think you have roots, because I don't think you'd be, caught dead outside of your library. Which may actually come to pass. Oh, I hope there's delivered food. Air of nausea. These mushrooms disagreed with me. They must have left in turn. Increases injury level of nearby characters every hour. Oh, you need to leave. Sickening scent in the air. Are you injured? No. But we did, however, stink up the room. For half a day. These things happen. Let's see. Fatigue. Yep, we should consider going to bed relatively soon. Like I said, we can't use the study for a moment. This is blocked out. So many cryptic journals. Yep. Requires 2. Since it only has 1, we'll have to actually use one of the things for it. But your fatigue is at 45, so what we're going to do is we're just going to keep you going. Alright, moongrain. Oh, thank God we have food now. An ancient grain. Its dry stalk supporting the rough spiked ears, cultivated and cropped with the pretense of making stodgy bread. Its less Puritan use is fermenting homebrew liquor. Alright, so definitely need to put this in the kitchen. Task would be moongrain, and we need somebody with vitals. But you'd have it. You don't have it. And you have it. Yes, you do. Now, raven scrap cannot be used in here. Period. So, yeah, we'll just wait that one out. You guys are busy. You do some cooking. God, the woman has the cooking skill. What are the odds? Need more people. And one advantage of this over Hill House is I got a crew as opposed to just me running around the entire castle. Somehow simultaneously reading 4 books at once, but it works. Focus Fern. A clutch of leathery leaves, the color of an overcast day. When steeped in boiling water, this herb can result in a brew that can help focus and study. Alright, so we've got cooking to do. You can do it as well. We're going to look at relative fatigue here. 53, 34, and 45. Atticus, you need to consider taking a nap. And I'm not going to start you until I can get Scholar Vitali to assist as well. So, what we need to do is we'll get him done. Excellent. Mr. Mouse introduction. Mr. Mouse lived in a house, not his house, but the house of a great king. Now, some people don't like mice in their homes, but the king was always asleep and dreaming, so Mr. Mouse was free to wander the house without fear. Okay, I'm calling it. It's a store. In Carcosa. Most mornings, Mr. Mouse will climb up the curtains and look out the window, gazing beyond the ash-covered land to the river beyond. He knew the river was in the place where visitors would arrive, their feet making pretty patterns in the gray sand. He wanted to visit the river, but he was afraid that he would get lost on the way. So instead of venturing outside, he would explore the house and talk to its dreams. So that's just a bad idea when it comes to Lovecraftian games. Alright, so your fatigue, and your fatigue. Right then. So, I'm thinking that you guys will just take some sleep, and you are going to be running around for a bit. Alright, so. Alright, moonshine. Oh god. What task can we perform with moonshine? Cheers. Okay, it reduces... Okay, that's just nuts. Alright, anyways. To cooking. My guess is it's probably used for reducing madness. But in the meantime, let's keep going. She'll have to nap by herself at some point. Not to mention it's almost dawn the next day. They're basically the kid locks out one room every now and then. Sleep offers some repair. Gift of the snake. Task support. Coiling around my limbs like a second limb. Like a second skin, but I'm not afraid. They hiss, they caress, whispering dark secrets to me. The vision from a dream, a source of inspiration. Good. Your fatigue? 0 and 0. Excellent. Now we can actually get you into the study with the cryptic journal this time, because I want to... Okay, so how do we do that? Tracing charcoal. Charcoal. Boost. Okay, so we take the tracing charcoal. Now does that work? Yes, because it does count any objects in here. So we set him to do this. Should take 2 hours. You, my friend. We can't yet do Raven Scarp. So, what do we want? Trowel or Spyglass? So, let's see it. I like that the comment goes with him. I'm thinking we should do some gardening. Let's just have him alternate at this point. Definitely need food, unfortunately. So, we need to figure out how we're going to create it. I don't have Amazon, apparently. DoorDash. What happened? Owl tea. An aromatic brew made from the leaves of focus fern. A subtle infusion that helps focus the mind and sharpen the intellect. Okay. Can use that as well for a boost. You are at 45 fatigue, so one more shot with the foraging. We need more stuff. Oops, forgot to start this one. That's why I'm keeping it on slow speed. I don't want to miss too much. Oh, we actually have a forge room. Like I said, the Hush House vibes. Evil Hush House. It's okay. I'm evil too. Ah. Forge, decipher a book. And we have Ding. So it's the next day. Excellent. Seeker's Letter. 2. Information. Dear Gideon, the fragments you are compiling are not the rites themselves. You are their symbolic shards, fragments of knowledge rather than the paper. You must gather and absorb the lessons. Only then will you assemble the whole, and a new rite shall be formed. The opening eye, the shrouded dream, the fallen sky. So the Watchman again. The incantation creates a door to power and knowledge. Okay, so we are trying to... Basically, he did Cultist Simulator on a Lantern Initiate run. Okay, got it. Each incantation creates persist, brother. We sense you are near to bringing something most glorious into our circle, the communion. Well, that went well. Gideon. Simon's illness is worsening. The communion tells me the only cure lies in pressing onwards. They're lying. But I have already unleashed things I never want to see. The morning, the brood mother's children came again, writhing putrid grubs, spilling out of the cracks in the boards. I do not know how to appease them. I am so tired. Things are becoming untethered. In my fatigue, I have mislaid the Excellantian. I know that word. Bell, I'll have to look it up. Or it is mislaid itself. I must begin to hide the tools and ritual fragments. Again, I have my family will not fall to the praise again. Alright, so we're assembling this stuff. The veils trap the days into eternal dusk. The pale king dreams beyond the false circle. He casts shadows across our world, cracked cobbles. His words become whispers in darkened doorways. Fragment of something more. The dark traces and dislocated symbols offer only a glimpse of what the whole may be. Okay, that goes here. Anyways, okay, what are you doing? A little bit hungry, but we don't have food yet, so it doesn't matter. Well, he's not going to be coming back here anytime soon, so hit it. More puzzling journals. Well, luckily we've got, stuff to do. I have to see what her fatigue. Yeah, her fatigue's probably going to be enough that would put her to bed separately. Although you, my dude, are going to have to get drugged out a bit. More moon grain. So they can produce more moonshine. That's what we want. And more tracing charcoal. That's good. You're 55%. I think we can get Atticus to it later. So why don't you take a nap? Still no food, damn it. More focus fern. We can use in the kitchen. So it looks like you're heading out. Since the focus fern has less time to it, you're going to have to use that. I'm getting the hang of this. Kind of liking it, really. Not sure we're going to open up the laboratory, however. Alright, so the kid's out of the codex. He's jumping around. Okay. I have the iron bell and fragments to accompany, but at what cost? My son brought more than just a relic back from the shore. He is afflicted with some unearthly wasting disease. The doctors from Canecross, which is where I think Vitaly's from, could not help him, but he has become so frail and hollow I fear he may not recover on his own. I hope to find some assistance for him via my work from the Seekers. When they told you to basically keep doing this stuff, they're not your friends. In the meantime, I am seething the chapel just as a closed laboratory. I cannot risk anyone else in this house being harmed by the shadowy affliction. The records? And yeah. Didn't see the pattern here, aren't we? The hallowed art of Greyhaven. The well of Marusa, the crystal heart of Persepolis, which is an actual city. The song of the open eye. These are all ends and beginnings. The veils can be felt like a soft evening breeze. A fragment of something more. The dark traces and dislocated symbols offer only a glimpse of what the whole can be. That doesn't sound unhinged at all. Since we seem to be making progress with the journals, let's go here. Vitaly's fatigue is virtually nothing at this point. My guess is that it's not much of a challenge for him. Okay, so, right, let's get... We're done. Restless dreams, but only some energy returns. Still at 18%. Gift of the monkey. A scampering shadow, a half-seen furry form darts around the machine room. Tools clatter and shields creak, but the invisible interloper is helping, not hindering. The Monkey King. A hairy hand passes you the part you require, and a chattering giggle fades in the air around you. A lingering vision, a source of inspiration. Well, if he's here to help, I'm not going to complain. Hunger's adding up, though. Seriously, though. Find some food, would you? Oh, you don't have... Can you do this? You can! But I'm going to put you in spyglass, because we need more food. Task results in nothing for now. Feels like Hush House. I'm just waiting for these bars to fill. Oh, God. Got a lot of notes going here. The dream leaf potions are working. I took another one last night at bedtime, and in my slumber I saw it. The Exlaxian bell, buried in the ashen sands of the undercove. I sent Simon down to find it. My old eyes are worse than his, and he loves to explore the caves. He is nimble, and the ictus sleep even lower. Ictus sleep even lower than the cove, so I knew he would be safe. I guess they're monsters. Following the outline of my dreams, he found the relic, returning it proudly to me, his eyes bright with excitement. I hope one day to show him wonder as he helped bring forth, but for now, just a few more fragments and I can complete the first steps of my journey. The sun is fixed at the horizon. Its rays reach out to hold back the evening sky. The watchers of the first circle look on with solemn eyes. A fragment of something more, the dark traceries and Okay, so, yeah, you go here. Alright, so... back here. You know where you want to be. Let's see, fatigue at 17. Hunger is increasing, which is a problem. Again, we don't have any actual food. He's just making booze, and that's not really going to help. Alright, that'll help. Raw meat. Chunk of meat cut from a trapped hair. Its scrawny flesh make a decent meal. Excellent. See if you can make them... We can't actually do that, can you? And we don't need you to sleep or anything else like that. Can you... You do have memories, though. No book, though. We could have simultaneously done that. Oh, well. I guess you just keep going. Though we need you to sleep or eat again. But yeah. Alright, task results in nothing for now. Wow. Red meat. Come on, dude. Get it right. See if you can cook us a steak, damn it, man. Why is he so bad at cooking? Do I have to put her in there? Sheesh, a sexist. Okay, let's go. Apologies for my late arrival. That's for the mask. I had to patient a patient and die a witch yesterday. The fellow developed Calix's compliance. Robes like butter. Bones like rubber. Most intriguing. Coincidentally, my guild was summoned here recently to tend to the Ackerson's son. He was suffering from a late unusual infection. Unfortunately, my colleagues were unable to diagnose the cause. Dr. Kalgar, your late arrival is of no matter. We have barely unpacked our own equipment. The mansion is somewhat disturbed and the various chambers inaccessible. Seal the mechanicus locks. Well, cut down the doors. They're just wood. I have never really... I mean, my players in Dungeons & Dragons learn to use a crowbar. And an axe to get what they want to, not to trying to find keys and lock picks. The mansion is somewhat disturbed. The various chambers I believe that one of the locations might house a simple laboratory you can make use of when we gain access. I suspected as much. My colleagues sensed foul play when they visited here before. Lord Ackeron was adamant that our team should not investigate without his supervision. Luckily, our junior analyst had the foresight to retain the laboratory code, so we should be able to access using the copy I have. Yeah, smart, very smart, Ms. Oh, female, sorry, I forgot about that. Ms. Calgar, you doesn't surprise me, because it sounds the same in the mask. You were sharp as a blade when you fixed up me and my crew from Keel Fever last spring. Saved us from a rat wrecking, you might say. I owe you one. If you just need any alcohol supplies or help with the shifting stuff, just let me know. Alright, so that happened. How do we get this open? Okay, task focus requires this. It has to be used in the machine room. So, if we throw this in here, slip of creased cards inscribed with neat lines of numbers and symbols. It appears to be a key code of some kind. On the reverse surface, an image of a vial is stamped in green ink. Now, of course, we need you to do this. No, not you. Although, no, not exactly. All right, so stick you in here. No. Aster goes in there. Why does that keep happening? Oh, because she's locked in place. Whoops, never mind. Meanwhile, he's doing cooking. Let's see, what's the task we require for this? Okay. Requires. Can you do it? You can. Alright, let's get drugged up. Tracker's Guide. Attack support, +1 bear. How do you find Saltaire? The broken twig, signs of the storm, where the wild things are. We've uncovered a selection of expeditionary notes that might serve to aid our explorations in the cliff tops. Any guys, you, my friend. Oh, the echo's over in the study again. What's your fatigues? 27, 22, 11. Okay, so we might as well just keep you searching. Okay, more moon grain. See if we can get in time for the dream leaf. Anyways, lab code. Okay, but we still need... Yeah, I think that's kind of hilarious. Gift of the monkey. Do we have anything else that would work? The booster matrix. There we go. That'll take an hour. And everybody else is doing stuff. Okay, basic meal. It is not tasty or fragrant, but even warm, but is sustenance. We can all eat this together in the dining room to reduce our hunger. Excellent. We'll have to use it relatively soon. Okay, so that's locked in place. Atticus is definitely not really... Okay. But, we give him the tracker's guide. Does that actually help? Requires 1 support cards. It doesn't actually add the support card. So, probably alternate between the spyglass, between the cliff top and the courtyard. Gift to the bee. The blood buzzes if my body's alive. What the heck is that supposed to be? Substances. Alchemy. Again, the hive goddess. Okay, Hush House 2.0. Nosy and hot, it connects the countless chemical tasks of my anatomy. I am in awe of the simple alchemies of the everyday. A vision that lingers, offering a source of inspiration. Alright, so basically it's in our head. What can you do? We can have you dig. Since we can't get to the laboratory quite yet. Nothing else, we can always collect stuff. Alright then. Complete in a timely fashion. Simon's note. I am getting more sick. The cold I got from the caves and the hurt on my arm make my head all fuzzy. I'm sitting in this medicine room waiting for Amy to make a special sleepy drink. I really don't like being so sick. Maybe the bell has a curse on me or something. I'd throw off the cliff if I could. Pa don't seem to care. He is still singing his sad songs and doing his big chalk drawings. Sometimes I hear him in the chapel in the room. Sometimes I hope he don't get ill too. Anyways, Amy says it's best not to talk about him like that. She says he's all quiet and grumpy of late, not like his normal self. No, it's normal. This note only confirms what I'd already suspected. Simon's illness was a form of otherworld malady contracted when his father avoided the boy in his occult research. No wonder my colleagues could identify the cause of the problem. I'd only wish I'd been there to examine him. His description of ailments in the pig is most intriguing. Okay, so he's not really in for it for the healing others. He's in for it for the mystery. The boy might. His father's nothing but a coward, sending his son to the undercoves because he doesn't dare go there himself. Meddling in the dark arts is stupid enough, but including kids in such danger is unforgivable. And yet he looked down at dark folk if he passes in the street. Bah! In that case, it is not our role to judge Lord Ackeron's morals, simply to follow his trail. I agree that his actions were questionable, but perhaps he was not fully in control of his actions. However, we can at least assume the son's illness was supernatural in origin. Perhaps we should try to find this bell. Perhaps we can shed more light on the nature of Lord Ackeron's studies. Alright, so that happened. And let's put this into records. Meanwhile... Dreamleaf. Okay. What do we require for tasks? We need 2 substances. You do have that ability, and we'll need to increase substances. I think we just got the catalytic powder. Okay, small dingy clinic. Its scarred desk crammed with analytical chemicals and broken scientific tools. Despite its decrepit condition, we can use the space for our alchemical needs. Alright, so let's get that started. Seeker's letter. Dear Gideon, your efforts have been noticed. You are new to the circle and early in your instruction, yet we see great potential for your work. Your library is significant, yet you lack the tools that might enable you to progress further in your experiments. Your neophyte status bars you from accessing our own inventory, but the location of your property might provide you with your own resources. As you are aware, Highrook was built atop of the ancient undercoves and the terminus of various smuggling routes. We believe the occult items may lie within the darkened chamber below your house. Well, that's convenient. Also, hush house. Our advice would be to scour these caves and recover what relics you can. I'll probably eventually get there. Now what? Let's see. What the heck? Hunger is at 20%. I'm not going to worry about it. I think it's like 30%. Although we do have to worry about the basic meal running out in a bit. Not too concerned about it. But Vitali cannot do anything else of importance right now. So, yeah. Fatigue's not high enough to sleep either, so I guess we just toss him back into the library because he likes it there. Alright, more raw meat and a raven's cap. Alright, so raven's cap goes here. It goes here. And you're the only one free, so let's get you started. I mean, I could just wait. Actually, I could just wait until... I could wait until we consume this one, or it starts running out. It's not really going to be an issue. But... you can get drugged. Alright, healing sprig. Task focus requires one. Although these are so unremarkable to look at, these small flowers are renowned for their healing properties. We could process the petals into a curative. Alright, excellent. Good, doctor. What have you got? Incantations is what's called. You don't have the right thing for that, so I guess you consider gardening, because we've got the mechanicist over here. Your fatigue is also at 66%. Oof. Should we wait for you to join them? Could if I wanted to, but I can just do that separately. So let's just get you. Sleepy time. Dream draught. Tax focus requires that. Okay. Chemist holding a bottle of swirling blue liquid. It smells faintly of dusk and rainfall. The herbal brew worthy is rumored to spark vivid dreams. If we are daring, we might drink this in bed and see what nighttime visions do. Repeat doses might prompt different dreams. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff going on here. Raw materials go here. The basic stuff goes here. Again, starting with the whole organizing thing. Okay, but she's not at a high... We could just toss her in here. There's nothing... I'm curious if her fatigue will go down now. Even though we didn't... okay. Basically, you farted again. Dude, really? Really? Here, take a nap. See if that works. Alright, you. Chemical worksheet. A detailed hand-drawn sheet of chemical tables and molecular diagrams, translated from ancient tongue. It provides a guiding matrix for budding alchemists to lay out their calculations. This worksheet can support... Okay, so... put that there and stick you here. See if that helps at all. Curious if everybody being there at once means that everybody will, even though they didn't start there, would give them what we need. Alright. Sleep offers some repair, a fading fear. That is gone, but left its hair increases the madness of... Oh, great. So, we stinked up the room, basically. Yeah, everybody's fatigue is set at 0. We should probably consider eating something. Yeah, the dining room stinks. Oh, my God. You stunk up the dining room, dude. Okay, membrane. Kitchen's still usable. Ink. Actually, we need to consider what we're doing here. We have 4 locations. You know where we need to put everyone. Atticus. This still needs. Paths. You can do that, and you can do that. Although, considering your track records, you two should switch. God, everything else is messed up at the moment. Music's still kind of strange. I mean, the samey. It's not the same as Hush House, which does have a lot of different music. It's its own soundtrack, which is pretty cool, and almost got me into trouble, by the way, because I got hit by it. Because, okay, so okay, so now I can't blame Atticus for doing that. Catalyst powder we have 2 of now, and more Raven Scarp for raw materials. Booster matrix for that. Focus fern. Okay. Okay, so you can do that. Healing Sprig goes here. Dr. Caligari goes there. Let's see, you. Yeah. Just keep going. You start up. And you start up here. Really? Oh, God. Dining room is definitely off limits for a while. Okay. Great. First aid. Task focus. A chemical bottle holding swirling restorative dose extracted from local healing herbs. We can use this the right clinical setting to heal our injuries. Okay, so more supplies. Yeah, it's about all we can do at the moment. Go for it. Sigh. More moon grain. Use in the kitchen. Guessing there's not much else we can do with you, so there we go. We're basically stocking up. Again, like Hush House, I'm stocking up and crafting again. Okay, still got this blocked off, so we can't do anything with it. Okay, more dream leaf, so that can be used for raw material. Keep track of their hunger and their fatigue. Ooh, requirement not met. Do you... Requires 2. Alright, so it's dream leaf, and we need... You don't have 2, do you? Nope. Alright, so we need... Give to the bee. That'll do it. Basic meal again. Requirement not met. Okay. Let's see. I guess you try again. What do you do? What's your fatigue? 16%, not enough to worry about. You don't really have a mission at the moment. Oh, moon grain. Try to get right this time. More raw meat. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of cooking going on here. Your fatigue is at 32. Bad, but not super bad. Basically, I want to get a meal done first. Oof. Dream draught. Okay. What about fading fear? We can't use that yet. Here for now. God, we got so much of this place just kind of messed up. Just have her sit here, I guess, for a bit, because I don't actually have anything for her to do right now. Which is odd, but it happens. Okay, these... Oh, actually, nope. Cooking, I guess. I mean, food's not going to be an issue once we can actually eat. Whoops. Don't want him running out of things to do. More moon grain. We should keep her busy in the kitchen. Apparently a terrible cook. I think we've got more catalyst powder, so we can pull that off. Hit it. Seem to have an unlimited supply of that. Over you have roots, so let's switch these two out when we have an opportunity. Fatigue is increasing, but can't sleep anyways, so might as well work. Oh wait, no. We can actually have her try this again. Oh, thank God. When everybody's done, we'll have a meal. Just chill, everyone chill for a moment. More raw meat. Great. And I wasted the whole thing for that. Okay, anyways. Let's get basic meal. Okay. Tasks can require nothing. Alright, so yeah. Everybody just gather around and have something to eat. Let's see how much it reduces it by, because food should be 32, 30, 32, and 14. Okay, so get it. Everybody have a meal. At midnight. That doesn't sound dramatic at all. Already delicious, but it will do. Complete introduction. You've completed all the introductory steps provided. Well done. You should be able to continue your investigation without assistance. For this guide in game, attributes. Okay, good luck. All right, excellent. Apparently, we should have done that some time ago. But what are we at for fatigue-wise? 32, 68. Oh, good lord. 54, 54. You know, you three are definitely going to need a nap. Anyway, I should probably pause that. Okay, but you... Which one should we go for? Try to not ruin this one. Restless night, well, the fatigue's low enough. I'm not that concerned, but let's get you out of here, because we've now stinked up the room yet again. So, I mean, she's not going to be able to nap anytime soon. So, yeah, I think we're going to hold it off here, but let's see if she can actually finish the meal first. Alright, so yeah, we have a bunch of meals too. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of interesting. I won't know if I have enough for an entire new... Hold on. The hell's this? Atticus is a simple thug. The man clearly has no understanding or appreciation of anything he can't immediately hold or see. He's an unsophisticated bear, something that I might have found appealing in other circumstances, but I must remain focused on our task and advocate for brains over that. This is his one here? Great. He cannot ignore the fact that he is vanishing is linked to the occult practices, such as the dangers we face might require us to use intellect as well as action. Alright, so this is day 3. Yeah, I think I'll hold it here for now. Do we have a save function? We do. Save and exit the title. Okay, good. So yeah, and if you're interested, just let me know in the comments below. You want me to go any further or move on to something else while we're waiting for my issues with the computer to resolve themselves. Don't worry, we still have Book of Hours going on Saturdays. It's not being disrupted, but... Dude, I was like, I'm not even going to talk about that. Anyways, and I, of course, like, share, subscribe per usual, and I will see you next time. All right, bye. I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters, whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of Content and Data.